Hello, you. It's me. And I am hunting my fan to turn it off. Okay. The buzzing on it was irritating. I didn't want you guys to get irritated by it. Um, the reason why I wanted to make this quick video is to support RoseRed. She did a video that I thought was a really well done video showing, I think, 5 different pictures of supposedly Aurora the baby. Now, these pictures have been shown all over the internet. She wasn't the first to do it, but I liked her commentary on it. I thought she had some really good points. Looking at the baby, interesting how the baby's got dark hair with brown eyes, but supposedly the baby is blonde with blue eyes. Nothing matches up, and I have a very strong feeling that none of those babies, because it was more than one, none of those babies were Aurora the baby. And that is something that RoseRed also said. Is it terrible that she showed pictures of babies? No. I mean, to be straightforward, if Gypsy was showing Aurora the baby all the time, it wouldn't really matter. I see creators doing it all the time. What a child looks like at 11 months or 12 months versus what they look like at like 5 years old or 15 years old. It's all very different. It would be, I think it would be difficult to be able to recognize a child from 1 year old to grown up, okay? It's not an easy task. I don't think there was any harm done. I don't think there was any harm done if those were actually pictures of Aurora the baby. I don't think any harm actually would come to Aurora the baby, except maybe at the hand of her mother, if Gypsy is a mother, which I highly doubt. Not with the way she acts. And honestly, if she is a mother and Aurora the baby is real and is her child that she birthed, which I just more and more just don't believe, that child is in serious danger because of the mother, not because of some stranger on the internet who saw a picture of a baby. I don't think RoseRed did anything wrong. She's just making commentary on what she has seen on the internet, what she has seen from other creators. That's it. That's all she was doing. And now she's supposedly getting threats? Death threats? Gee, I wonder who's doing that. FBI people? Is that what's going on? They intentionally release photos claiming it's Aurora the baby and then attack anyone who shows it. Fuck them. They're doing it on purpose to fuck with people. And I don't think that's right. I think they better, watch their steps, because what they're doing seems highly illegal to me. They're setting people up and then attacking them. Something is wrong with that. And they keep doing things like this. This isn't the first time that they've done things like that. They have threatened other creators as well, just for talking about shit Gyp or Grabby. They've been doing this for at least a year and a half that I know of, 2 years maybe. It's all a ploy. It's all a ploy. Would I have put up pictures of Aurora the baby if I had received any, or if I saw another creator? Maybe. The thing is that the identity of the baby doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is if there is a baby, that no harm comes to them. But no harm should come to RoseRed either for just talking about it. I just think that's so disgusting. those minions of gypsies need to settle down, or they're going to end up getting thrown under the bus and arrested, just like poor Nick. By the way, I did see the latest Trixie Lane video. It shows him in the interrogation room. It was part 5, where he mentions that there were like 10 people at Gypsy's house when he got there, and that Dan had texted Gypsy. Now, I don't know in what context that is, but I have to say, and I never thought I'd say this, I have to say, listening to Karma Collector and what he has said makes a lot of sense to me now. I believe that there were a group of people there when Nick got there. They're the ones who actually did the crime. Nick was just the fall guy. And I think a lot of people have speculated that Nick wasn't supposed to leave that house alive. And I believe that. I believe that they set it up so that it would look like Nick caused the crime and then Gypsy caused a crime against Nick, killing him, claiming that she was, fighting for her life. But somehow she fucked it up. And again, I say she fucked it up because I don't believe she's smart enough to plan anything. I think she was just trying to follow orders. She fucked it up. She didn't follow orders. And that was one of the main reasons why she ended up getting caught. But Karma Collector has some good points that, if she had done something, and all these people were in her court to save her, 10 years was nothing. Why would somebody who planned out her mother's murder for years, and I'm not just talking about a couple years with Nick, I'm talking before that, like 4 years before, when she ran around the house shooting her mother with a BB gun. She said it herself. I didn't get that out of thin air. She said she did that. And it doesn't matter. People keep focusing, did you know it was a BB gun or not? And she's, half the time she says yes. Half the time she says, no, I was disappointed because my mother wasn't dead. But whether she knew it or not doesn't matter. What matters is, why would she take a BB gun and shoot her mother? To teach her some kind of lesson? Oh, well, baby is equal to honey now. Baby can be dangerous too. Is that what does that not throw up a million red fucking flags? That makes no sense. Why would you do that? As much as I was abused and neglected by my parents, I never took any kind of a gun and shot them. It didn't even occur to me. The only thing that occurred to me is I need to get out. That's the only thing. I need to run away. I need to get out of the house. I need to stop getting abused so I can heal. That was not Gypsy's motive. And 4.5 years ago, it was 2 years or so before she met Nick, she was already trying to kill her mother. Why does nobody look at that? She attacked her mother. Doesn't matter if she knew what kind of gun she was holding. Why did she attack her mother? Why did she run around the house shooting her, hitting at least 10 BBs hit her? Who knows how many she actually shot at her mother? Why did she do that? Is that just normal behavior? Oopsie doopsie. Gypsy was being so cutesy by shooting her mother with BBs? What the fuck? That's not normal. People don't do that. That's not a silly little mistake. Her mother even lied about it and said she was attacked at Walmart. Sorry, my tongue was doing something weird there. But her mother lied about it to protect Gypsy because she knew that wasn't normal either. She knew. She was fearful of Gypsy, I am sure, for a very long time before she passed away. Gypsy had help. Now, I don't know if it was part of some kind of occult ritual. It could have been at this point. Who the fuck knows? I just know Gypsy isn't smart enough to plan out anything like that. Other people had to be involved. I think Karma Collector is very right on that. There had to be other people involved. She was obviously killed in the kitchen. At least a lot of stabbings happened in the kitchen because that's where all the blood splatter was. In the kitchen and a little in the hallway. Hello? You know, is Gypsy strong enough with all her muscle issues and all her other issues from her micro deletion that she hardly ever talks about because she's not affected at all? She couldn't have dragged her mother into the bedroom. She had help. And it wasn't Nick. All that happened before Nick even got there. I am more convinced now than ever, especially with him talking about Dan texting Gypsy. Why was Dan texting Gypsy? Gypsy had been Nick's girlfriend for what, like 2.5 years? Why was Dan in the picture? But Dan and David and Kim and Ace, I guarantee you they were all there and they were helping. At the very least, David Blanchard and his wife Kim knew what was happening and helped to try to cover stuff up. We should be focused more on that. But these stupid minions who are attacking RoseRed, fuck them. They need to watch their step because they're the ones that are going to get in trouble. They think Gypsy is on their side. Gypsy isn't on anyone's side except Gypsy's. She's proven that time and time again. I feel sorry for Bree and for the one with the liver problems, Sheena. I don't know all the names of them. I know those two. I feel sorry for them because they're going to get a rude awakening sometime very soon. And Gypsy's going to just throw them under the bus and they're fucked. And they could be fucked hard enough, maybe they'll do jail time. You know, at the very least arrested. At the very least, I don't know, maybe she'll slap what do you call those? You can't come within 300 feet of her kind of thing. I don't know. I do feel bad because I don't think that they're necessarily bad people. They're just acting very stupid to believe anything that Gypsy says. I think it's horrible. I really do. And I think Karma Collector also, when he said there is no baby, I believe him. I believe him. I don't think that there's a baby. I don't think Aurora the baby exists. And there could be a 10% chance, but I don't think so. It could be that she did all these distractions on purpose to keep people guessing. I don't think she's that smart. She's good at manipulating until you see how she does it and then it's laughable. But did she do it on purpose? She's pregnant one day. She's not the next. She's got a big bump. She's got a smaller bump. Even when she left the courthouse, that bump was gone. And there's no record of any baby that anybody has been able to produce. Again, there could be that 10%, but it doesn't seem very likely. It doesn't seem very likely. I covered it even here on my channel talking about how the baby bump is this size and then it's this size the next day and then 2 weeks later it's smaller and then it's bigger again. It was ridiculous. It didn't look right. It didn't look natural. It looked like she had something underneath her shirt. It buckled weird, which, pregnant women don't do that. Their bump doesn't buckle in weird because it's an actual bump and it's pretty solid. I think Karma Collector's on the right track. And I think he is more right than he is wrong. Now, I don't know where he gets his information, if it's a reliable source, or if he's just really knowledgeable about things. But he is right when he says that the evidence doesn't show that Dee Dee died in her bed. It doesn't show that. And there's too many blood splatters and puddles of blood on the floor that weren't in the bedroom. I'm just tired of the bullshit. And then they take a nice person like Red Rose and start attacking her because she did what they wanted her to do. Show some pictures. And they're just fucking pictures. They're pictures of babies. And babies all look alike for the most part. Although I will say, I didn't see a blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby, which Gypsy keeps claiming. That's what she was claiming last week or a week before. And now suddenly we've got this dark brown hair and brown eyes. Stop fucking lying. I'm so sick of the lying. I hate the lying. It's such bullshit that this stupid bitch got an out. Gypsy got an out. She ran with the right crowd of BDSM idiots who I guess thought it would be a thrill to kill someone. And she provided the person, her mother. It's so disgusting. You get deeper and deeper into it, and it just makes more and more sense. And then they set up an innocent individual like Red Rose who just talks about how she feels, like I do, like Becca Scoops does, like Audrey does, like Karma Collector does, like Pink Chihuahua does. We're all just talking about what we see and what we feel and what we think. Is it alleged? Sure, because there isn't proof positive that we're right or wrong. But there is evidence of how we come to the conclusions that we do. That's the difference. That's the thing that Gypsy and her minions cannot take away. We see things. We observe. We pay attention to the lies, to the hypocrisy, to saying her child is blonde and blue, and then the next week, pictures of a dark-haired, brown-eyed baby come out, and that's supposed to be Aurora the baby. We see these things. We have your number, Grabby. We see what you say and do, and all the lies, and everybody is starting to see that. You keep grasping at straws, but it's a losing battle. And if nothing else, karma is going to get you, and you're going to be alone, broke, sad, maybe living on the streets, because nobody wants you around. It doesn't even look like your family wants you around. Ken doesn't want you around. And if Aurora the baby is really that baby that you show on your lives, she doesn't want you around either. Nobody wants you, Gypsy. Nobody cares about you. Nobody. Because you're a liar. You're a murderer. And you're disgusting. And people are waking up to that fact. I want to feel sorry for you, but I can't. You're just a sick, disgusting individual. And people are noticing. People are seeing it. And you're going to be about as popular as Casey Anthony. And you deserve it. You may not have done the time that you should have in prison, but you're sure going to do the time now. When you think you're free and living your best life, you're not, and you never will. Because you're a criminal. You're disgusting. You're a murderer who killed her mom. Her mom, the only person that ever genuinely loved you and took care of you. And if she hadn't, you'd be dead. Fuck you, Gypsy. I'm so mad. And RoseRed, I am behind you 100%. You did nothing wrong. All you were doing was talking about what you saw, and that's fine. All these people who talk about, oh, I never saw the baby, that's not my thing, but I know some other people did. Fuck you. Honestly, RoseRed did nothing wrong. We're not protecting a baby here because I don't believe the baby exists. Well, you're protecting a bunch of AI photos or photos of someone else's kids? Come on. It's just stupid. But RoseRed, you're great. Just keep going. And the minions, we gotta cut them off at some point and just say you can't do this to people. You can't threaten their lives. That's illegal. I don't know how you prove that, but damn it, if there's a lawyer out there, somebody, law enforcement, anybody who can help RoseRed with that, I hope they are doing so. Because what a disgusting display of a false authority that those minions and Gypsy think they have. Because they don't. And those cards are gonna fall. And I hope soon. Then we can get back to living our lives and let Gypsy rot in the streets. Anyway, that's how I feel. All alleged, my thoughts, my opinions. Thank you so much for listening. Please, comments down below because I love them. I will put the link to my Ko-Fi in the description if you want to donate. You don't have to, but I appreciate you if you do. And that's all I got to say.